Hi everyone, welcome back to the How to Helisim series, Lesson 3, Taxi. In this short lesson, we'll quickly discuss the two basic ways you taxi a helicopter with skid landing gear. Okay, let's get started. The difference between the two basic methods is that one is in-ground effect and one is not. We'll talk about the maneuvering of both different types and what you do to remain in the good areas or stay out of the danger areas of the height velocity curve, or dead man's curve as it's known. The first method, hover taxi, you remain in ground effect in that 3 to 5 foot hover range, and you stay below ETL speeds, or effective translational lift speeds. At the lower speeds, the airspeed indicator doesn't really come alive yet, and it's not really a good accurate indication. It's not getting enough airflow to give good readings. So you rely on the feedback from the helicopter. As you approach ETL, the helicopter will actually vibrate due to the transverse flow effect of the way that the airflow is changing coming through the rotor disc as you transition into forward flight. So if you start getting that vibration, you need to slow down a little bit and maintain your speed so that you do not get into ETL. And the reason you want to maintain your speed below ETL is that you have a lot of power dynamic changes or power requirement changes as you go into and out of effective translational lift, which requires a lot of pedal work to go along with it. It just adds a great deal amount of pilot workload when you're taxiing near the ground that you don't need in case of an emergency. So the less workload you have in these instances, the better. So if you were to have an engine failure, you wouldn't have extra things to deal with. That's also the same reason that you taxi straight with the skids in line with the direction that you're moving. Sometimes it looks cool to slide the helicopter around a little bit. There are reasons and ways to do it, and times that you should do that. But for the most part, when you're hover taxiing, you want to maintain the skids in line with the direction that you're traveling. In case of an engine failure, it's one less thing that you have to do, realign the helicopter in the direction that you're moving, so that in case you do have to slide it on the skids, you don't have an increased chance of a dynamic rollover. To summarize a hover taxi, you maintain your height and ground effect, you keep your speeds below ETL, you keep your attitude level, and you maintain your directional control with the tail rotor. You basically taxi like an airplane down the center line of the taxiway. The second method of taxi is air taxi or direct to. With this method, you're going to be out of ground effect, you're going to be at speeds where effective translational lift is occurring, and you'll most likely be at a height between 50 and 100 feet. This method is just like it's named. You pick up from the spot you're at and you fly direct to the spot you're going to, following any instructions that ATC may give you. For instance, I remained east of the hold short strips of the runway in this quick shot from the fuel farm over to the helipad. Thanks for watching. I hope you find these tips helpful to your heli simming experience, and join us for the next video, Lesson 4, Normal Takeoff.